Hi friends, welcome to Murthy Finance Academy. Today we will be discussing about quality power electricals, a very niche small cap which is thriving on the power sector demand. So before we start, a quick disclaimer: whatever the companies we are discussing in this video are purely for educational purpose. It is not a buy and sell recommendation. Okay, so let us start. Quality power has evolved from a component manufacturer into a specialized provider of high grid voltage grid connectivity. Its technical moat is defined by its ability to service the range from medium voltage 132 kV to high voltage 765 kV AC and HVDC applications. The company maintains vertical control over five technology segments: reactors, dry and oil, transformers, instrument transformers, and power quality systems. Vertical integration into magnet wires and composites serve as a barrier against small domestic competitors. Crucially, the company's Sangli and Bhiwadi labs are NABL accredited for systems up to 765 kV, a prerequisite for high stakes utility contracts that many tier 2 players cannot meet. And its primary driver for the margin expansion in the recent quarter is the Mehru and currently undergoing a 45% expansion at Bhiwadi. And there is a Endox, which is a software layer for energy management and StatCom solutions. They have also have a joint venture Sukrut JV, which is a 5.24 crore acquisition, is a high efficiency capital move intended to internalize transformer component manufacturing and reduce third party dependency. The company leverages a Fortune 500 utility and OEM base, including GE T&D India, Hitachi Energy, Siemens, Yuasun, and PGCL. These relationships are tricky but subject to the rigorous delivery and quality penalties common in global infrastructure. If you do a deep dive on segment and geography deep dive, the company is having a global exposure with 210 plus clients across 100 plus countries. It is having a key facility in Ankara, which is a capital city of Turkey, serves as the gateway to the European markets. Management is currently evaluating a new instrument transformer facility in Turkey to shorten the supply chain to the EU. And in terms of unit economics, management explicitly linked quarterly strength to large value international orders. Forensically, this confirms that quarterly performance is highly sensitive to the successful execution of a few high ticket cross border projects. And if you see broadly the industry overview, the demand drivers majorly is the grid stability of the energy transition. As renewable energy penetration increases, the mandate for reactive power compensation, which is nothing but reactors and STATCOMs, becomes non-negotiable. And in terms of quantitative competitive landscape, quality power differentiates itself through an export-oriented model, insulating it from domestic pricing pressures that affect manufacturers focused solely on local state-run utilities. And in terms of regulatory environment, the company is having NABL accreditation for Sangli and Bhiwadi that serves as a formidable barrier to entry as utilities increasingly refuse equipment not certified by independent accredited labs. In terms of the quarterly numbers, the company generated a total revenue of 2,843 million, which is a 256.5% year-on-year growth. And in terms of EBITDA, also the company recorded a change of 222.7 percentage and PAT of 220.7 percentage year-on-year increase. While management claims the tighter project oversight drove the 222.7 EBITDA surge, this operating leverage is largely function of a high value international delivery timing. So I will view these margins are subject to mean reversion once the current bunch of international orders is cleared. And in terms of capex, there is an additional 25 crores of the for the global engineering center at the advanced Sangli timeline is around June 2026, suggests a high burn phase. So advancing construction timelines often leads to cost overruns in the industrial sector due to expedited labor and material costs. And there is also a significant execution risk if there is any delay in the execution or approvals would stall the project capacity jump, leaving the company with increased interest costs on advanced capex without the offsetting the revenue. And the company is having an order backlog of around 8,950 million plus, and capacity expansion at Bhiwadi with 45%, and manufacturing units are having seven on a global scale. And when it comes to conference call and management high insights, the acquisition of Sukrut joint venture is intended to plug gaps in the transformer manufacturing value chain, specifically getting into internal component synergy. And in terms of HVDC CTC magnet wire facility, it is progressing in line with the guidance. This facility is crucial to the company's technical differentiation. Management states operating performance progressing broadly in line with direction. This suggests that the growth is high. It is a planned release of backlog rather than a spontaneous expansion of the market. Few tailwinds the company might face are global grid upgrade mandates favor high voltage equipment, and vertical integration, which is nothing but internal magnet wire production shield against the supply chain shocks. And coming to headwinds, the company might face aggressive Sangli timeline is vulnerable to regulatory bottlenecks. And as every company is having input volatility, which is nothing but the raw material cost for coil products remain a dynamic risk. The company, uh, the market views the 25 crore global engineering center as an overhead, but it is more designed to pivot quality power toward a design-led engineering model. If integrated with the HVDC CTC facility, this could significantly reduce R&D cycle timelines, though failure to do so renders the 25 crore a vanity expense in a high interest environment. And the company's current PE of 64.1 leaves no room for execution error. All right, in a bull case scenario, the Sangli facility will be operational by Jan 2026. If Turkey expansion is also successful, then valuation supported by sustained 40% plus EBITDA margins. In a base case scenario, the current growth slows. Sangli faces minor regulatory delays. Already the current market price is fully valued. Stock likely to trade sideways. In a bear case scenario, with statutory rejection at Sangli, international delivery contraction, significant PE de-rating, and revenue cliff leads to correction. On a broad base, if you do a SWOT analysis of the company, the major strengths are enable accredited labs up to 765 kV, vertical integration into magnet wires, global reach across 5 continents. On weaknesses, working capital data, specifically relatives, growth relative to the 256% revenue surge remains undisclosed and a major forensic unknown. And opportunities, instrument transformer manufacturing in Turkey for European access and a global engineering hub will be act as a catalyst for growth. And threats, inter-regional transmission delays, raw materials price spikes in the dynamic operating environment. So investors what need to track in this company is mostly the advanced Sangli timeline is the primary leading indicator of management's execution capability or credibility. Track statutory approvals for Sangli and the phased commissioning at Bhiwadi in Q4. Hope you like the video. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe.